Hi, Evan. How are you, buddy?
Believe it or not, I'm good. Believe it or not, I'm good. I'm cleansed.
Yeah, okay.
I am so glad this is over because I grew to hate this team. I grew to find it being a chore watching this team. And so, I'm not going to lie to you. Last night was painful. I'm into every second. I'm just so glad it's over. It's done.
Well, that's such a loser mentality.
I'm a loser.
Yes, you are.
I'm a loser,
you are.
bro.
I mean, I can't think of anything more embarrassing than getting swept in the first round of a playoff series when you have two of the greatest basketball players on God's green earth.
I don't even think
Scary hours are coming, everybody. Scary hours.
I don't even think it's close, man. I mean, in my life as a sports fan, and I stand by what I said Friday.
Yeah.
Being swept at the hands of the Boston Celtics, being overwhelmed in these last two games in your own building was as embarrassing and as pathetic as it gets. And this franchise needs to soul search because they had an arrogance all season long. And look at the way it ended.
Yeah, not only did you lose at home, which obviously sucks, no doubt about it. How about the fact that it was a wire-to-wire loss?
Yeah.
Never took the lead.
Never.
No heart. No heart.
Well, they fought back from 15 down, but you're right. I mean, overall, in this series,
embarrassing themselves. It's a Nick Town, always will be.
Seriously?
Sorry, had to say it.
You got to make it about yourself.
I had to say it. It's had to say it.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Sad
We won the same amount of playoff games this year, baby.
That was my line.
Go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
I now know what it feels like when I was a kid and all Met fans would root against the Yankees in the playoffs, and then when the Yankees would be eliminated, we'd all celebrate. Now I'm seeing the other side, but it sucks, man.
With it. You have great expectations, obviously. It comes with it. That's the way it goes.
We got to own this. If you're a Net fan, in all seriousness, you got to own the fact that there's going to be a lot of Knicks fans in this town who are going to celebrate our demise, and rightfully so. I mean, that's what a rivalry is, and it sucks, and it stings. And last night was painful. Last night was frustrating. But as I drove home and as I started the Met game, and thank you, Max Scherzer, and thank you, Dom Smith,
timeout.
And thank you, Jeff McNeil.
I got to call timeout to that.
Excuse me, what?
We'll get to that. I'm not letting you get away with that.
But that's what happened.
No, but I'm not letting you get away with it.
I got home last night.
You have to sit here and eat it today. And we can talk about the great ninth inning comeback. We can talk about, the McNeil scoring from second base.
It was awesome.
We can talk about Dom Smith's ground ball. We can talk about a lot of things, all right? But I'm not letting you get away with that.
But I'm telling you that last night, that made me feel
unacceptable.
Just a slight bit better.
And I knew you were going to do that. There was no doubt in my mind you were going to try to immediately deflect the conversation.
No, but that's what happened.
An amazing, and let me get it right, an amazing ninth inning comeback win for the Mets, and we will get to that.
But
I'm not letting you get away with it.
You know me to a degree. And you know how hard I take these losses.
Yes.
This is not fake. This is who I am.
You need to feel the pain today.
And I'm being honest with you that the pain I felt in losing Game 7 to the Bucks last year is a stinging sensation I still have to this day. Last night, after about 20 minutes of being angry and pissed off, I swear to you, I was relieved. Because I'm done watching this crap.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm done thinking about Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done thinking about vaccine mandates.
Well, you're not done.
I'm done checking Twitter for trade rumors. I'm done watching Steve Nash make zero adjustments. I'm done watching, begging, hey, Steve, can you put Blake Griffin in for 5 minutes? Oh, let me wait till Game 3 when they're down by double digits. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of not closing out on Grant Williams standing in the corner. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I was sick of it.
Well,
and now, like an animal that I love the animal. It was my favorite cat. But at some point, you got to put her down. At some point, it's over. At some point, you kiss her and you say, I love everything we did together. Last night, we put him down. Because enough of this crap for the last 6 months of watching this garbage, horrible. I'm glad it's over.
You guys had a lot to say for the last 9 months. And now you have to take your comeuppance. You have to take your medicine like a big boy and recognize that all that talk over the last year or so about scary hours, about having the best player on the planet, your words, not mine.
Not in this series.
Yeah, about a team that was destined for multiple opportunities to win championships.
I never said that. Okay.
This team that was going to forever change the landscape of basketball in New York has failed you.
It has failed.
And
man.
failed you in the most embarrassing manner
Yes.
they ever possibly could.
Couldn't have imagined this.
A first-round sweep.
Yep.
By what team, too, bro?
Yes, by the Celtics.
By the Boston Celtics. Yuck.
Oh, dude, it's embarrassing. And everything I said Friday, that it feels as if my pants have been pulled down and everyone's laughing at my little weenie.
Yeah.
That's the way the last 12 hours have felt. And by the way, for any Knicks fan out there or basketball fan out there that's laughing, you should. I'm not telling you not to. Like, this was an embarrassment.
Yeah, it's going to
The
get worse
Nets-
for you, though.
Which part?
I'm going to tell
the
you
Ben
right now.
Simmons part?
Well, the Simmons thing is separate, but I can't tell you exactly how it's going to get worse. And I'm not making this up. This was after the game. Your guy, that's the guy, your guy, my guy, he didn't want to play for the Knicks. Okay, you can have him. Kyrie Irving.
You still want him.
Came
Don't
out
lie.
and said after the game
Yeah.
that when I say I'm with Kev, I mean, I have to take a second back here. Hold on a second. I have to compose myself because when I read this and then went back and watched it to know that it was real, I said to myself, you got to be effing kidding me. Kyrie Irving said, and I'm quoting now, when I say I'm here with Kev, I think that really entails us managing this franchise together alongside Joe, meaning Joe Tsai,
The owner.
and Sean, meaning Sean Marks.
Yeah.
Your guy thinks he's running the franchise.
Well, is he?
I don't know. But nice job, year one, running the franchise. You got swept in the first round.
And by the way, that's on the heels of Kevin Durant denying that he runs the franchise.
Right. He doesn't want to hear
He
that.
said that's a misnomer. That isn't true. And look, we all know the reality of this. This is a star-driven league. And the reason why the Nets got swept was because their stars failed.
Right,
like
and that's
Bruce
key.
Brown
They
played,
got the stars.
Yeah, Bruce Brown played well in this series. Seth Curry last night played well. They lost because Kyrie Irving, especially in Game 4, he played a great Game 1. But in Game 4, Kyrie Irving came up small. Kyrie Irving's defensive intensity was disgusting, quite frankly.
You can ask all the veterans on that team and their coach on the 111-109 Durant free throw miss. When the Celtics break out and there's not a net in the backcourt to defend the outlet pass, which then leads to the putback, game over at that point.
Yep.
You got to say to yourself, how did you forget how to play defense?
Yeah. Well,
or to get back
did you
off
watch
from
the
his
game?
free
I mean,
throw?
how many times was Grant
I loved
Williams
it.
opening? I thought you were rooting for the Nets.
What happened?
I thought at the beginning of the series you said you couldn't root for Boston.
I'm not going to root for Boston, but once it got to 3-0, I got great joy out of putting the stake right in your heart.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was not rooting against you.
What happened to you? I
But
thought you were New York.
As
true
a
and true.
diehard Knicks fan, recognizing that you were going to lose the series.
I'll just call you
and did.
Giannotti from now on since you got that
No,
going.
no, I'll be clear. I don't root for the Celtics. I never will. I can't.
You just said you did.
No. That's not what I said.
Okay. What'd you say?
Once it was obvious that Nets were not going to win the series,
Yeah.
down 3-0,
Who are you rooting for?
I was not rooting for Boston.
You're rooting against the Nets.
I was rooting for a sweep.
That's semantics.
Because I wanted you on your knees. And that's where all of you are today. Now, I respect your fandom. You know that. I respect Keith Mack's fandom. It's real. I know that. You guys know that. But as a Knicks fan, as a New Yorker who had to sit here for the last 9 months and take it. And I had to take it. My team sucks. I had no choice. I'd be lying if I told you I didn't have some joy today.
But the problem you're going to run into is that you're still going to suck.
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant's still going to be in Brooklyn. Now, they may never win a championship.
And what good
In
is
fact,
that going to bring you?
Well,
3 years, one playoff
Still
win.
going to be better than you.
But listen, is it about being better than me or winning championships?
No. You're
Right.
100% right.
And I feel the same way.
I'm retorting what you said. Like, I get no satisfaction that they're better than the Knicks. The only satisfaction I'd get is winning a championship.
Yeah,
As we sit here today, months and months away from the start of next year, a year I don't even want to think about, it feels as if winning a championship is as far away as it's ever been.
Yeah.
Even though they have superstars, and that's what you need in the league. But this was a humbling experience. This was an embarrassing experience. This was a pathetic experience. And I hear people trying to say, this is what the Nets should do. They should do this and that. I'm going to make you feel good, Craig, because I know you don't want to hear it.
Go.
I don't want to talk about it. Like, the last thing I could think about.
Well, my friend, it's not that convenient for you.
No. You don't. You missed what I said.
I apologize. Then go ahead.
I'm talking about what they should do next.
No one cares about that.
No, that's what people keep bringing up today.
No, I don't
and
want
I'm
to talk
like,
about that either.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Today we talk about the embarrassment that the series was.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
No one cares about what their plans are. Are they re-signing Kyrie? Is he opting out?
I don't want to think about it.
I'm with you on that.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Today is a day to relish the embarrassment.
Relish?
For us Knicks fans.
What kind of
And
New Yorker
laughing
are you?
at my wee-wee.
Yes, we're laughing at your wee-wee, okay. Today is the day to just sit and mire in your embarrassment. I'm sorry, Evan.
All right, if that makes you guys feel better.
Because if and when the Nets ever do win a championship, we're going to have to sit here and take it.
Well, we're
going to have no choice in the matter.
I don't mean this as any ill will towards you or anyone who wants to enjoy this, but I speak to my fellow Net fans, all 512 of you who are listening right now. These are the moments that you have to always remember, because if, God willing, they ever win a championship,
yes,
these are the days you have to kind of remember how you felt.
Yep.
How you feel right now. I'm embarrassed. After losing Game 7 in Milwaukee, I wasn't embarrassed. I was sad. Yeah. I was pissed, and I was sad, and I was left with this what could have been. This year, in this moment, I'm embarrassed. And like any kind of arrow you're going to throw at me or Net fans, we just got to take it.
You got to eat it today.
Because this was as bad as it gets. This was as pathetic as it gets. And I really do mean it. And I don't know if this makes a lot of sense to you, because I don't know if you're truly as diehard as I am. There was a part of me last night as I put my head on my pillow that was relieved that it's over.
I understand
because
that.
over the last few months, this became tough to watch.
Like
this wasn't fun.
You knew a month ago they weren't winning an NBA championship.
Yeah.
You said as much on the air.
Yes.
You didn't think they'd be swept in the first round. How could you?
I did not.
How could a team with Kyrie and Durant ever get swept, for that matter? They're two of the best 10 players on the planet alive today. That's never happened before, where a team with that level of talent got swept in the first round of the NBA playoffs. And here we are. Now, we'll get to the great Met comeback. We will get to the Yankees preparing for this letter to come out, maybe even this afternoon. We will get to the Yankees against Baltimore at the stadium tonight. Another sweep coming to the Bronx Bombers. But right now in the moment, let's all just take a second out of our lives to live in the deep end of the pool. That is the Net embarrassment.
Live in my pool.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Come swim with me, everybody.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
I'm drowning, Craig. I can't breathe anymore. I'm gasping for air.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the demise of the aforementioned Brooklyn Nets, a team that came into this season, frankly, 3 seasons ago, with the talk of scary hours, possible championships, and a commitment to bring basketball from Manhattan to Brooklyn and make the Barclays Center the new home of New York City basketball. And alas, here we are, 3 years later. No such title has appeared. No appearance in the finals has happened.
Conference finals, let alone.
And we are left where we began. It is a Knick town. And will always be a Knick town.
What time's your playoff game tonight?
It is a Knick town. A team that won as many playoff games this year without a single superstar.
I can't argue.
As a team that had multiple superstars lining up for them.
At least we beat you 4 times.
Yes,
That
true.
makes me feel not better at all.
I was going to say,
No.
if you went to bed thinking about that, then you're crazy.
No. Listen, I only retort, but the truth is, there's nothing about the Knicks that make me feel better.
Did you go to the game last night, by the way?
Come on. What kind of question is
Did
that?
you stay for the entire game? Because they made a point, and I was watching the Yes broadcast, to be fair, because I wanted to hear Ryan Rucco call it. And with about, to be fair, maybe 90 seconds, 2 minutes to go, he goes, and they're making their way to the exit.
Well, it was less than that. It was with 10 seconds to go. And when...
No, when he said it, I'm saying. He says like a minute to go. Game over.
No, they were down by 1 with a minute to go.
People knew.
No, that's not
Let me
true.
tell you. People knew.
It was with about 8
People
seconds
knew you'd
to go.
clank free throws.
And what I did is I stood up from my seat, and I walked to the runway, and I said goodbye to my friend. I said, I can't watch this crap anymore, but I did not leave. I stood there and watched the death.
Did you enjoy
I needed to make sure the body was definitely dead before I walked out of that building. And then I didn't walk out of the building, Craig. I sprinted out of that building.
You ran out of Barclays?
Yeah, I wanted to get the hell out of there.
Is that right? Did you enjoy the hack-a-clocks?
Boy, that was, bro, that
what
was
did he miss?
tough
10
to watch.
consecutive free throws? Made the first, and then he missed 10 straight.
He made his last.
Oh, is that? I had a reverse. My bad.
He started 0 for 10, made his last, and when he made his last free throw, Craig, it was the loudest Barclays Center.
Woo!
God, we were so excited. I felt bad for him in the moment because it got to him.
Well, maybe you're an NBA basketball player. You can learn how to shoot free throws.
Well, I agree.
I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe stay after practice
and
a couple
Craig,
days.
If he makes half of them, they win the game.
Right.
And speaking of stay after practice, so he comes out early in the intermission between the first and second half and starts shooting free throws, which I appreciate.
A little late for that.
Well, no, because
I appreciate it, but a little late.
So he goes out to shoot free throws with about 7 minutes on the clock before they're going to start the second half. I'm not kidding you because I wasn't getting up from my seat. He practiced 9 free throws.
How many did he make?
He missed all of them. I said it to my boy Bisegli next to me. I said, bro, he hasn't made 1 free throw during this halftime practice session.
Really?
Oh, dude, it was bad.
Wow.
Bad.
So after 9 misses, he's like, I better go back in the locker room?
But he made one. I mean, he made, I think, his 11th free throw attempt he finally made.
Well, we got lots to do today. We will get to the amazing Met comeback because it was improbable. They wouldn't have, a lot of people are saying it's a cliche. Well, we would have lost that game last year. Yeah, you're going to lose most games that you're down 2-0 in with 2 outs and a ground ball hit to a great defensive third baseman.
The cliche is backwards. I've heard a lot of people say that. The Mets don't win that game last year. Here's the correct way to phrase this.
But they're not going to win a lot of those games this year.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Last night's game is a game the Mets blow. The Mets are the Cardinals last night.
That's fair, okay.
Like, that happens, and it has happened over the years. Just go back to 2019. How many games did they lose just like that?
That's a better way to put it.
They lost, I know, exactly. Yeah. They lost the game in San Francisco on a drop pop-up. The Mets have had so many god-awful losses, some to the Cardinals, that rain delay game against the Cardinals. So last night wasn't simply, they lose that game last year. That's a game where they're the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, 2 outs, ground ball to Nolan Arenado, who's as good a defensive third baseman as you'll ever see. And for some reason, he had the yips on it.
But you know what, Craig?
Couldn't make the throw.
Here's the thing. Sure, he made an error that kept the game going. The Mets then needed back-to-back hits to tie or take the lead.
Right.
So it wasn't simply, hey, they got an error and boom, they tied the game.
Right.
You needed the Jeff McNeil double. He came through. You need Dom Smith to beat that infield hit on the great diving play by Goldschmidt. You needed all that to happen.
Right. But it started with that. That's fair.
Yes.
So we'll get into it. Listen, the Mets are hotter than a pistol. You keep it going. They play tonight, 7:45. Bassett's on the mound against Jordan Hicks. The Yankees are home at the stadium tonight. Luis Severino against Jordan Lyles. This will be another sweep, by the way. The Yankees are going for a run right now, and you're going to enjoy it. We'll get to all that stuff and the embarrassment that the Nets are